remember hide and seek? We used to play. Remember? Me? Let's play. The game is lost anyway. Where does the truth lie, if not in a secret book inside that never lies? Where does the love hide, if not in a
mesmerizing visually with really strong visuals, but also a meditative quality to it. And it allowed the words to take hold and take root. The word led the visual for me. The soundscape had a really brilliant vastness to it, an emotional, atmospheric nature, almost like a David Lynch feeling to that flickering effect that came through as well. Create that feeling of uncomfortability underneath and a distancing, but then there was kind of archetypal or iconic nature to the images that made it very easy to gravitate towards as well.
Such an evocative and entrancing piece. It obviously feels quite experimental in nature and grounds itself in the significance of relationship, how two things, an apple to a person, or even two people to one another, matter. What are these significant connections, if any? And how can we better understand them by looking inward? That is the biggest takeaway that I took from the piece.
Combination of things. You got poetry and spoken word, you got photography and animation. Yeah, everything came together really nicely. I like the animation in the beginning and the different, it eventually becomes more colorful as it goes. The montage of photographs is very interesting way to, show what's happening. Good music as well. So yeah, and the performers in the photos did a great job. The photography was good. The music sounded great. Animation was cool and really nice poetry. And the voiceover was really nicely performed.
It's not like a general like short film with like ongoing continuous performances. It's like they put like still pictures together and make it into motion, and that's really interesting about this short. Even though it still tells the story, it still tells how two characters like meet each other and need to like cope with the situation they're into. And because of this one, based on the existing materials, so it's kind of like a good take on something that happened like originally, and seeing like how the filmmakers interpret this in another light, and with the narration, with the music, it's kind of well put together. So this is like a good short drama that kind of like break like the wall and going to like in a new way to tell the story.
Motion pictures, literally, like where it's just still JPEG, not JPEGs, but still images strung together in a sequence to create like motion. I think that's film at its heart. And I liked the way that device was used here to tell this story. And I think I really liked the effect of like the jittering, because I was like, how did they get that? Where it's like specifically one person jittering without both of them jittering? Because if it's just you just take a picture of them both standing together and then you want to jitter one, they both jitter if you just jitter the frame. But you'd have to isolate one person. And I was like, that's impressive to pull that off as well as you did. So that was my favorite thing about it.
What set this apart for me was the striking poetry with so much yearning, and the voice was passionate, which worked well. I love the stark imagery of the intense couple with apples as if tempted, and their somber expressions and dramatic poses. The soundtrack was eerie, notably the discordant guitar and piano, and the heavy chimes also worked well with the mysterious wall clock.